Hi guys, how's it going? Kakodalive here. Today we're going to do a quick guide on our boss killing character, the Flickerator. He's a flicker strike slash lacerate character built around killing bosses and dealing high amounts of physical DPS. Before we get into the guide itself, we're going to do a quick map just to go through and show you what the build is like in action. We're going to do a tier 14 shaped coves, increased monster variety, more magic monsters, enfeeble, negative player resistance, and bloodline mods. On top of that, we will be running 5 sextants. We will be having additional monsters that heal, additional rare monsters, additional lightning monsters, additional chaos monsters, and a breach. So we'll quickly get in there and run that. Alright, now we're in the map. Let's get this going. Alright, we're going to use our Flicker Strike to clear maps, so we can clear them quickly and easily. The only issue with Flicker Strike is, if you do not know, you need a Frenzy Charge to bypass the cooldown on Flicker Strike. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck waiting, and if you do not generate a Frenzy Charge, then for some reason you get unlucky, you're going to be in quite a lot of trouble. There are ways around this, which I will get to during the guide itself, but for now we'll just clear them up, just do a little quick clear, and then get into the guide. This, as you can see, this build clears quite quickly. It is pretty safe in some aspects, and pretty safe in pretty not safe, sorry, I should say, pretty dangerous in other aspects. But again, we will go through this in the guide after this map. We use a Staff Launch and a Tarman East, which is how we keep... Ooh, that was close. Alright, so when we come to bosses, we switch out to Lacerate, we drop down our totem, and bosses just melt. Pretty fucking sweet. And then we change over back to Flicker Strike and continue clearing the map. There's actually 2 breaches on this map, so it's going to be quite a long map. But hey, I mean, more showcasing, right? More monsters. Katarina can sometimes be really annoying. When you have to like grab all her monsters and bring them to her, oh, it just takes so long because you can't like jump. You can't use movement skills. Holy shit, I can't talk today. Yeah, so you can't use movement skills, which makes it really, really annoying. But we're going to do that real quick, and then we'll go and do the breaches. We'll get you, bring you guys over. We only need 4, right? So we'll grab these guys as well. And then we'll go and do the breaches. And you can see how it holds up in a breach. Now, breaches aren't that bad. They're not that great. They can kill everything, but it's sometimes a little bit hard using Flicker Strike, sorry. Because, well, you can't always control where you're going to go. So that can be a bit troublesome sometimes. But just in general, like, you can normally clear them pretty well. So I've got 2, so we'll go through both of them. Getting the collapsed hands, oh, they can be some serious danger, man. How many times I've been baited into clicking one of those hands, misclicking, and just getting my ass handed to me to like some random ass shit. But I mean, that's what happens when you don't know how to click. Alright? But as you can see, it's pretty easy to do breaches. We'll go and do the other one. There's the other one. The one should be down here. Ooh, more monsters. I think the map's almost done as well. I think the other breach is down this way. There it is. Ooh. let's go. As you can see, it's pretty fucking crazy. It's pretty easy to do all that shit. It's pretty easy to smash through breaches. You just fucking flick a strike around and shit just dies. Try to get that collapsed hand if we can. I don't even know where it is anymore. Got it. And there we go. And let's check how many is remaining. And we've got 15 monsters remaining. So that's it. We'll be back right after this. Alright, so now that the map's done, we'll quickly go over gear. For gear we use two weapons. We use a Tarman East and we use a Starforge. Starforge is for our boss killing and the Tarman East is for our general map clearing. Just to note, you do not need a 6-link in your Tarman East, but a 6-link does help with survivability. For your Starforge, you're looking for basically the highest physical damage roll you can. Attack speed is also nice, and life, if you can get it, is also nice. For your Tarman East, you want the highest possible crit roll, and then you want a good damage roll as well on top of that. Then we use an Abyssus. So for Abyssus, we go for your melee strike multiplier as high as possible, and you want the increased physical damage taken as low as possible. And then we also roll with a Belly of the Beast, 6-linked. For this, you want to get basically as much % life as you can, as much armor as you can, and resistance to a bonus, because sometimes it can be hard to cap out your resists. For your gloves, just standard rare gloves with life resists. You can get some damage on there, chuck some damage as well. I've got my intelligence in my gloves. You will need some extra intelligence somewhere, if it's either from your rings, wherever you get them, but you will need some intelligence for this build on your gear. For the belt, we just run a standard belt as well, life, resists, and then the same with our boots, life and resists. For our rings, we are again going for life and resists with a critical strike chance, so you want a diamond ring. If you can get accuracy, accuracy is great, and same with the other ring, life resists again. Obviously Bisco's collar, you want those extra drops. So now to the links. Right, so for our links, guys, for boss killing we use Lacerate, supported with damage on full life, faster attacks, melee physical damage, multi-strike, and increased critical strike chance. In order of importance, it would be Lacerate into multi-strike, then increased critical strike chance, melee physical damage, then faster attacks with damage on full life last. Then if we go over to our Tarman East, this is our Flicker Strike setup. For this we have Flicker Strike supported with increased critical strikes, melee splash, multi-strike, physical damage, and endurance charge on melee stun. In order of importance, it would go Flicker Strike with melee splash, multi-strike. They're a must. You have to have these. Increased critical strike as well. These are just a must. If you do not have these four, you just won't be able to do it. Then melee damage and endurance charge. With endurance charge, this I personally feel makes the build a lot smoother, a lot safer, and a lot stronger. Without this, you will be dying a lot, so a 6-link is recommended, but definitely not needed. You could put your endurance charge on melee stun in with your leap, slam, fortify, and then add that in there, so that will give you your endurance charges there. The reason I do have it here is while I'm flicker striking, I'm constantly generating charges, so the second my Immortal Call and Cast on Damage Taken setup is procced, I will then instantly still have 3 charges left. because I'm always stunning something because I do so much damage. Then we've got our links for our helmet, which is Leap Slam with faster attacks and Fortify. I've got an Empower here simply for the leveling factor because I'm just leveling it up. Then we've got our Ancestral Warchief. Yes. Okay. So Ancestral Warchief, that is supported by Ruthless, Maim, melee physical damage, Conk Effect, and increased critical strikes. In order of importance, it would be Ancestral Warchief, melee physical damage, Ruthless, Maim, Conk Effect, and then critical strike is pretty damn good. It helps heaps. I mean, you could probably put critical strike up there even more, but the main thing that we want here is Maim, because Maim will give us just stupid amounts of extra damage for our Lacerate when we use that. In our gloves, we run a Blasphemy and Assassin's Mark setup that helps with some power charges, which obviously gives us more chance to crit, and it also helps us crit more with the extra crit chance we get. Then we've got Arctic Armor and Summon Ice Golem. We also have a Vaal Haste connected to increased duration, Immortal Call, and cast on damage taken. For flasks, we are running a Divine Life Flask with increased recovery speed and immunity to bleed. We run a Lion's Roar Granite Flask, massive DPS, also gives you some safety by knocking monsters away when you hit them. We use a Diamond Flask to obviously give us a better crit chance, and with that we use immunity to freeze and increased duration. And we use a Silver Flask for the Onslaught. We use that with our Remove Curses, and again, increased duration. And then our Sin's Rebirth. This is optional. You've got two ways you can go about this. You can go damage by using a Sin's Rebirth. You also get Smoke Cloud, so that can help evade some attacks there. But this is mainly for damage. Something I would also recommend is having a Diodri's Elixir. This will give you a Frenzy charge, a Power charge, and an Endurance charge on use. You also take 10% of your maximum life as Chaos damage. But the reason we would use this is for that Frenzy charge. If you do not generate a Frenzy charge while using Flicker Strike and you happen to run out, you have to wait until it comes off cooldown. This can get you killed, so if you have this, you can just instantly generate another Frenzy charge and keep on going. It's very good if you don't want to die. It's not often that you don't crit, so it's not often that you don't get the extra Frenzy charge, but in some cases it does happen and it can get you killed. Keep that in mind. So for our passives, we are obviously a Marauder, and we go with the Berserker Ascendancy class here. We take Pain Reaver first, then Cloaked in Savagery, and then we go down to Crave the Slaughter and Aspect of Carnage. Pain Reaver and Cloaked in Savagery are very useful for leveling, and just all around the lifesteal is amazing. Then we go down and take Crave the Slaughter, and eventually, when you can do it, Aspect of Carnage. Now, Aspect of Carnage gives you 10% increased damage taken. Yes, you do deal 40% more damage, but please note that the 10% increased damage taken is huge, especially when using the Abyssus, which gives you 42 increased physical damage taken. That is why it is so important to have your endurance charges with Immortal Call, because if you do not have this set up, you will just take so much damage and you will basically kill yourself, especially on Reflect. But going on to our tree itself, we start off with the life nodes here. We go down, grab this life node here, Warlord's Blood. We go up this way to Heart of the Warrior, Born to Fight, then we take Butchery, go down across here, come to Barbarism, down again, and then we take this Wheel of sword nodes. Then from there we come back to Warrior's Blood. We go down all the way to Master of the Arena. We'll then get Bravery followed by Art of the Gladiator. You're then welcome to take Destroyer, but at this time you would then go up and grab this life node here. Now from here you can grab life as you see fit. Whenever you feel like you need a bit more life, just dump a couple points into this wheel here. I didn't really get much life until later on, so it's up to you how comfortable you are with that. From there we go all the way up here. We'll take Finesse, then come down through here. We'll take these life nodes here, getting Herbalism, and then we'll take this damage wheel here. From there we'll go up again and we will take Vile Pact, and from Vile Pact we'll go up and go get... Actually from here you can now start getting your crit. So you can get the crit strike over here, and then you can get your crit strike over here as well. And once you've got these, you'll be able to start using Flicker Strike, and at that time you should be able to start using your Tarmanese as well. And then from there you'll go up, you'll grab these life nodes here, Blood Siphon, Trickery, grab these crit strike chance as well, and then grab Cold-Hearted Calculation. And then from there you're basically just getting your gems and your life. So before you fill out this life wheel, it is recommended that you get these life nodes here, because they give you extra. So here you'll get, say, 10% from 2 points, whereas here you'll get 10% life as well, but you also get about 24% increased armor and increased recovery from flasks. And same with here, you get 4% there, 4% there, 8% there. So it's just like getting the other points, except you get added bonuses here. After that, you'll want to take this jewel socket here. You also want to take this jewel socket here, and you want to take... There's one more jewel socket. Ah, yes, this jewel socket here. You also have these 2 jewel sockets that you can take whenever you feel necessary. If you do have the jewels, take them, as they are stronger than most nodes you will get. For jewels, you would want to be getting things like increased physical damage with swords, increased attack speed, increased area damage also works. But mainly you want things like increased critical strike chance, increased critical strike multiplier, increased global critical strike with two-handed melee weapons or two-handed weapons. So basically all those kind of things for damage, sword damage nodes, attack speed, things like that. But you also want life. Life is very, very, very important. I do not have life currently on my jewels. I will be working on upgrading my jewels. So right now, when I'm wearing my other sword, my Starforge, I'm at 2.3k life. If I get better jewels, it goes up to about 7k life at level 94, and that is pretty decent. You won't be dying too much there, even with the extra damage you take. Thanks guys for checking out my Flickerator build guide. I will be leaving the path of building in the description below. If you guys have any questions, do leave them in the comment section and I will be getting back to those. Until then guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. I'm glad to have helped. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. You'd be able to keep up with additional content. I do plan on making a 100 Shaped Coves video in the near future. They will be around with 5 Master Sextants, so are they profitable? We're gonna find out. Until then guys, thank you very much, and I'll catch you on my next video.